Are we on? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Microphone check. Lights.
Cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
The TV ancestor. Yeah. The Charlie. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, is that immune boo?
Charlie. All these haters. The haters say yes.
Energy. Immune boosting. He say immune boosting.
Jay no talk anything. They try to put words in my mouth. Don't make me wake my bars up.
Sorry.
I'm trying to find another rhyme, but it's not coming. Yo, hey, listen, welcome to the other part of the show where we go down till 10. Conversations here. Before we jump into the convo and I tell you all about our guests this morning, listen, if you're thinking of betting, getting the best of odds, just choose Bet Winner. ASAP, okay, ASAP. Now it's here to sort out all your betting needs real quickly. Loads of games to choose from. All you have to do is find the website. Just go to betwinner.com.gh or you can download the app and get registered. And instantly, you'll receive 200% bonus from BetWinner on your first deposit of up to 3,250 Ghana cedis. Easy. Charlie, BetWinner has got the highest odds that will blow your mind. And if you want to increase your bonus, just use the promo code 3music, and you stand a chance to get another win from BetWinner. Terms and conditions apply. It is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. Betting can be addictive. Not for persons 18 years and above. Also below, sorry. Listen, the Infinix has also introduced Note 40 and the Note 40 Pro. Easy. It's got wireless fast charging system, camera, and screen, large camera screen display. It's got a 108 megapixels OIS rear camera plus. It's got the curved AMOLED screen for the best visual display as well. Sound boosted by JBL. Installment payments available, so you can pay 19 Ghana cedis a day, or you can pay a deposit of make a down payment of 30%, and boom, it's yours for the grabs. It comes with 30 gigabytes of telecell data for 6 months. Stay connected and stay entertained. Just get to the nearest accredited store or go online, ghxpark.com. X is X and then park.com. Experience the future with Infinix Note 40 series, approved by one and the only Black Code. And Lancaster got great news for you. If you want more information about Lancaster University, okay, it is the only British university campus in West Africa offering UK standards education. Just go to lancaster.edu.gh or admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Call them on 0209 60 70 08. Easy does it. You can enjoy 50% plus or up to 50% scholarship for your degree at Lancaster University. Degree at Lancaster University. I'll tell you more about Pepsodent as well later on. But right now, guess what? The selfie taker, Charlie, listen, the man M3nsa live in the studio. Let's do the welcome. Yeah.
Legendary.
So let me tell you this. This is about, he doesn't know this, but I'll tell you this. Yeah. This is about, don't give me any ancestral vibes here. So this is about, let me put this on and talk properly. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. We stay fresco. So this is about, this is me finishing SS. Yeah? Mm-hmm. This is me finishing SS. Motown, to be precise. Motown.
1870.
Yeah, and then me finishing SS. Mm-hmm. This guy has dropped some mad joint with VIP. I'm like, Charlie, whose son is this crap? So I'm trying to find ways to get to this guy. Like, I've been thinking, who knows him, Charlie? I'm trying to get through Lazy. Lazy's been difficult. I'm not getting through to him. Prodigal. Charlie, the three boys there, they were too busy. Okay. Too busy. So I said, wait a second. So I spoke to Hammer. And Hammer says, but Bazaar go your school. Talk to Bazaar. Mm. So I link up with Bazaar. But he said, if we meet up and you're around, fine.
Yeah.
So SOS, Tema.
Oh, my God.
some concerts where I hear say you did there. Giddy. Hey, from Sakura to SOS. Hey, Charlie. I was like, I rushed there. And when I got there, so I met Bazaar on our Blitz. Yes. And then I doubt you remember.
You know, Manifest was there too.
Oh, he was there too at that time.
I remember. Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, so you remember the event? Eh?
Yes, of course. Okay. I was wearing a white T-shirt and a white shirt. Do some nice press-ups.
So I got that. I spoke to Bazaar. Bazaar, I beg you. Let me meet Mensa. I beg you. I'm Mensa too. So let me meet Mensa. So he did a quick brief introduction. Yeah. After he shook me finish, I hold my hand like this.
Oh, child's one there.
I hold my hand like this. I said, maybe I finished. Yo, Charlie Mensa. I don't know what you brought, but you brought something crazy.
Oh, Charlie.
Crazy.
Thank you.
I know your journey is challenging. There's so much to talk about, but the first thing I want to ask you is, where did you meet Wanlov?
That's unfortunate encounter.
Where did you meet him?
Do you know what? It's crazy, and the story is crazy. I met him in Adisado College at this school. I was in the school for about 3 weeks. And there was like rumors of there's a guy who also raps. He's also in the same house as I am. And he was my senior, 2 years. But you just couldn't find him in the school. I was there for weeks, and I still couldn't meet the guy. To me, I just did. You know, when you go to boarding school, like they test you the first week. They test you. Okay, what do you do? Do you play football? What do you do? You rap. So you know. So me, I already found my rapping corner. You know, it's like, oh, you should meet. You know, Spooky, you know, but I was this senior who is like, he didn't follow any rules.
That was his name. That was a name, Spooky.
Yeah, Spooky. But when we finally, I think he came to find me.
Wow.
You know, like some Godfather B.
So it means you were busting bars on Campus Crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, we clicked instantly, you know, and then we used to like. I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard this story many times. I used to run away from class.
No, we haven't heard it. This is the first time.
Many times. We just go to the village down school, just be sitting someplace writing raps, or hiding in the dining hall, just writing. It was really like, you know, we just kind of. But later on, we came to find out that we actually knew each other many years before that, because we were both in Boy Scouts and went to the Insawam camping thing. I don't know if you guys know there's a thing. Yeah. And we used to compete and stuff like that. So we started like recounting similar things. Like, oh, okay, that means you were that Hafkas boy that was annoying me the whole time, flexing in the new Kambu. Hey, did I see Hafkas on TV?
Okay, so hold the story right there. But let's profile you a bit more. So now let's roll back to you know, like SSS days. You know, when you were doing this. Just run us through the story on your music journey. The part that has not written, it's not written in any Facebook or.
Oh my God! Yeah.
After school, because now you came back to music. What was Bensa in the period after school? Were you working
after SS?
Yes.
Oh, I started working even before I finished SS.
Okay.
Because I was, you know, my story is crazy, man. So when I was in SS2, you have to remember Lifeline family.
Yeah, Lifeline.
That was my band.
Oh
wow.
Yeah. That's Lifeline family, T-Blaze, all these guys. It was Sisi Yaoya was our song, you know, from that record. That was T-Blaze's song. But so what I did was I ran away from school for 2 weeks. I was missing. I told
so as in you co-owned or you worked there?
No, Lifeline family.
It's yours.
It's literally the band that I was me, T-Blaze, and a bunch of other guys.
Yes.
But we were like the main, you know, Yogi Dog, all these guys. Yeah, a Shepherd, all, you know. That was the band, you know.
Okay.
So I was the token English rapper in the band. I so far before. And I kind of ran away from school, was in the studio with Yofi Boham. What's the name of this place? It's this place that sells equipments now, musical equipments. What's it called?
Salam Down?
Yeah, what's it called? Virtual. So Virtual started out as a recording studio. I don't know if they've still got their recording studios, but when it first opened, we were the first acts to record there. So full of mistakes. You know, the first thing we were doing about mixing, it was just like just recording tracks with Hubert. I don't know if you guys know that. Yeah. Shout out to Hubert. He's so talented and so gifted. Yeah. And so that's when it all kind of kicked off in a serious way. I came back. My mom was looking for me. The school was also looking for me. My father was looking for me. I'd just been sleeping on somebody's couch for like 2 weeks recording this Lifeline album, you know, and then I got suspended.
So wait, so that was a UCC, yeah?
Yeah, that's the record, yeah. That's it, yeah.
It came from Stubborn.
Yeah, from Stubborn already, you know.
Wow.
I got suspended, and then I think it was indefinite suspension or whatever. They you know, like, I was speech and prize giving day. I was meant to be getting like a literature, English, all these government awards, prizes or whatever.
Yeah.
They stripped all that stuff away from me.
Whoa.
So I was like, oh, school, is that what you're going to do to me? Minkobium. So, I mean, I was at home. I ended up going to Accra Academy.
So you left at this.
I left at this school. I was gonna enroll in Achimota, in Lugard, but the trip as a day student from Dansoman to Achimota.
Yeah.
You know, so my mom kind of. Once again, I put my mom through so much nonsense. I was like, just let me finish this thing, and so I can start doing the thing that I want to do, you know. So I actually wrote my SSCs when I was still in SS2. I didn't wait. I just skipped and just wrote it.
Sabrina.
Wow.
Oh, let me Sabrina. Then time they go. Yeah, and that's really what it is. And by the time I'd finished writing my SSCs, I was already producing with Reggie Rockstone. You know.
Okay, so you were this. How did you feel? You were this guy who's already connected in the industry, whilst you were in SS. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you see, I wouldn't call it connected, so to speak. It was just so. For instance, so Reggie's dad and my dad were old friends. Were good friends.
Oh, okay.
Reggie and my eldest brother were friends.
Okay.
Then I met Reggie through the same Lifeline family shows, you know, at events and whatnot. And I was like, Reggie, you know, my family knows your family very well. I was like, well, what do you mean? You know, he thought it was like one of those stories, you know. And I started bringing, he's like, oh, your brother's Mark. I grew up with Mark, you know. And he said my father used to chase him because he came to borrow a book from my house and didn't return it. So my dad used to go to the house every day and harass him. So, you know, we had that connection. So it wasn't like I was connected, so to speak, with the industry. But once that kind of sparked off, and I started hanging out with Reggie and meeting DJ Rab, you know, in blessed memory, you know. I kind of just started, just making the connection. But really, I was just this antisocial kid. I just wanted to be in the studio, write raps, you know. And that was really
Let's talk about the era at the time in terms of hip hop music and going against what was existing at that time.
Yeah.
Because we don't do a comparison with it now.
Right.
Hip hop music. Now, you guys were part of the team that, you know, a generation that was introducing, you know, hip hop music, rapping, mixing with our local dialect and English, trying to get onto mainstream media.
Yeah.
Was that an easy process? How were people accepting at that time? You know, with the youngins, we got into it, but was it a difficult era for you to push? Just like how right now we are trying to push high life through Afrobeats, but it's not working.
Yeah. You know, I mean, for me, I think it's working. I think it's working.
The high life Afrobeats thing.
I think it is.
The battle in this room.
Okay. I'm very happy because my name has been spelled correctly over there. So Shout out to 3. You know, let me be honest. I was super young. I didn't understand the industry. So because I was in SS as well when I first heard Reggie Rockstone, and I was like, what is this music that I'm hearing that's blowing my brain like this? Because we're all listening to US raps, all this stuff, and then now you have this guy who has a Yankee flair, is making dope hip hop beats. That sounds, the quality is just the same as what's happening in Yankee. But now he's rapping in Chi, and the rhyme schemes and the metaphors and all the things that you look for in rap music are right there, but it's in Chi. And then all of a sudden he's featuring Ghanaian artists who are also like doing some, you know, on par stuff. So I was just, for me, I was a kid, I was just like, I want some of this. I want some of this, you know? So I was just as much as a fan as the listener. I was a kid. I didn't really, I mean, dude,
just that you had an opportunity.
Yeah, I just happened to enter. I was 15, 16, just like entering this kind of space. I just didn't really think about the difficulties.
So how old were you when the you know, Lifeline blew up with records?
Oh, bro, I had just turned 15.
What?
I had just turned 15 because I was in. Remember, I just entered SS2.
Wow.
At what age is that? SS2?
Yeah, at 16 there.
Yeah,
16,
right?
17.
Yeah.
I mean, now these days, 16
14,
years I've gone to
15.
uni, so
Yeah.
So
but let's
14,
just say 16,
15.
Yeah. Yeah, so it wasn't like I wasn't in it for like as a kind of like, you know, industry musician, whatever.
Did you face any of this thing with family? Because at that age, you know, and trying
a
to...
lot of okay, so I come from a family of artists, creatives.
Okay.
You know, but some of them too are very bougie, you know, like they've gone to all the universities and whatever, and like, you know, my grandfather was an educator but also a pianist, a choir thing, you know, like was writing classical music and so on and so forth. All my dad and my dad's siblings were all highly educated, but towards the arts, you know, fashion designer, Kofi Ansa, Koansa, the filmmaker, like these are all my dad's siblings, and you know, what's it called?
The
My auntie
family's
who just passed away, you know, Felicia Aban. She's originally Felicia Ansa, and she's like the first woman photographer. You know, so these guys have all done
Stuff.
like high level things. You know what I mean?
Academic.
Yeah, you know, in a very
Yeah.
kind of, you know, elite kind of way, so to speak. You know, so my whole thing was that my pressure was that if I'm going to do this, then I have to do it to a high level and do it properly. And then the pressure from my family is that you're not going to be doing this thing just because your family has artists, so you think you can do some. So the pressure, like everybody's very critical. My brothers are like my worst critics, you know. They will never say, oh, this is cool. They'll be like, oh yeah, but you could have done it like this. Or, you know, it's like they all, because I was learning from my brothers, you know. I was the only one with an ego big enough to go public with it, but all my siblings are quite creative, and you know, I'm constantly learning from them. So, and my mom, she was like, you need to get your education
First.
in case you have to fall back. That whole kind of fallback thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, do you tell a doctor to get something else to do so they can fall back on that? This is a career. This is something I'm educating myself on. Do you see what I'm saying? So but eventually my mom knew that the guy, no, he turned out, you know.
Wow. There was no update available.
Yeah. You finished with that, yeah.
I mean, then hits just started dropping. I mean, your collaboration with VIP was just classic. A song
man,
that till
thank
today.
you.
How many years
Yeah.
now? It's been over 20.
10?
Yeah.
10.
No. 10.
10 plus? No?
Yeah.
20.
This is 20 plus.
20?
Yeah, it's 20 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, a song.
Time
I
to
mean,
go then.
yeah, and so you produced that song as well.
It was produced by David Bolton, DKB.
Okay.
But I came with a clear idea of what I wanted. There was a song I was like, I want us to sample this. This is what I want to do. This here. But I didn't know how to use the equipment. So he kind of really gave me the time of the day, man. Like he really took me on and kind of nurtured me, and I paid my dues. I have to say, I used to go into the studio every day. By 10 o'clock, I'll be there, because they didn't know me. So David Bolton's studio was in Snifflas Dansuman. They didn't know me. I knew his stepdaughter. We're in the same school. She's like, my dad's got a studio. She comes. So I used the paddy thing to go and visit her. The next thing you know, I'll go there. She wouldn't even know I've come to visit. I'm just there looking on the porch, waiting for the father to say hello, so I could be, you know, ushered into. Then I started cleaning up the studio in the mornings. You know, is there anything doing the wiring, connecting?
Okay.
Started recording other artists. I was there when Obrafa was making his second album. VIP came and did 2 albums, and I was just still watching. Hammer was there.
Did you ever work with
Tic
Hammer?
Tac? No, I didn't.
What's the reason?
No, I mean, there just wasn't that opportunity, you know?
Okay.
And I also wasn't, there's something about me, like, I don't work with artists because they are artists doing their own thing. I work with artists because I see a synergy between the two of us. So I can appreciate what you're doing, but it doesn't mean that I also have to insert myself in that.
Space,
You know what I mean? It's like you have to kind of allow people to kind of do their thing and also observe and learn things. And so but the way I feature is always like there has to be something there's a connection, you know, like this creative thing has to work, you know?
In the course of paying your dues,
Yes.
at which point were you given the opportunity
You have asked
to
the
now
question.
say
Yes.
that, okay, you are ripe enough to...
Yeah, you know, I was just like, you know, start from cleaning equipment to now being able to switch on the equipment and connecting things in the morning to now I was given this keyboard on the side that, okay, Mensa, you can use this when we are not doing in sessions and just program as many beats as you want. And me, I was gangbe, so I was just making hip-hop beats from the video games I was playing, you know, like like the Mario Brothers and the Contra and all that stuff, just really being a nerd, you know, in there. Until like they started paying attention. And me too, I wasn't in a rush because I was just writing, I was happy to be around equipment. And then eventually I got a chance to record one song. Next song, it's like, okay, well, Mensa, now you have 9 songs. Let's create an album, know? And that's really just how it happened. And the song with VIP, because I was spending so much time around these VIP guys and like, guys, why don't you try this or do this or change this? It's like, oh yeah, cool, And then when Reggie gave me the co-sign, they were like, yo, it's time to...
There's a moment right here.
Oh,
you finished.
Yeah. Do you remember what the first song was?
My first song that ever...
Yeah.
It's very embarrassing. Yeah, I went to the studio with a friend of mine, KO Dog. He was this Ghanaian Yankee boy who had been bounced from America. When you're bad and they throw you. So that he comes to behave himself here. And then when he came, he found me.
It's so interesting how we think here rather has got a
this cost 90 because we were doing more bad. Anyway, we went to the studio and do you know who the studio engineer was? Aspirations. Yeah.
Kyodog wasn't done someone as well.
Yeah. That's right. Yes. Oh, you know Kyodog?
Yeah, I did a bit of reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A bit of reading. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to a studio, Campsite Studios, and we took our own beats, some Nas beats, and we just went to rap on it. Yo, when I step to the scene, just watch the full stutter. I'll be cutting through your crew like a knife cutting through butter. Oh. My dreams while I'll be eating.
Charlie, that reminds me of one of my first bars.
We beg you.
Step to the industry, we about to break it down lyrically. Representing Cadbury to the fullest G, it's me.
Hey. Chocolate bars.
G, are you serious?
MC4.
Is it chocolate bars?
MC4.
Chocolate bars.
Shout out to Pakwesi Winful. He was with me.
Oh, Jay is serious.
They are being racist against Jay.
I said no. Shout out to PK Winful. But at that time, Motown, he was a
This guy is a silent killer.
Oh, no, we did a battle. I bent him. Yeah, the video, we don't want to release it yet.
You haven't released it.
Yeah, I destroyed him.
I have to see this because the competition will be tight.
Oh, BS, you are battle. Oh, I floored him.
No, I was talking about the time he was mopping.
Anyway, there's a moment here. This is a bit of a tough question, but
finished this. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, with the K.
Yeah, I mean that was like my first time. We had a tape cassette, just recorded, and you just play it and just listen to yourself. It was horrible.
And shout to PlayStation, is it called it? The two where Snoop Killer Snoop Dance where we used to record. What do you call the place? PlayStation. That's what you call it. They used to call it PlayStation up. So there's this place where we record some studio. Charlie, they do demos for there. If you go there, it be one time chance. If you do, if not, you do.
That's
it. So Jay, just before I didn't want him to leave the if you don't know story. So you remember the line she said in If You Don't Know?
Maybe.
One of the I think he said something along the lines.
Oh, sorry, your mic.
Shit is a peppermint or something.
Yeah, shit is a peppermint.
Yeah, because I remember growing up, that was like one of the bars we used to.
Yeah, I mean, I have to start rapping the whole thing from beginning to catch that point.
And fun fact, Stip of Ohini Media.
Can we download that video? Yeah, can we download that video now and play it, please?
The director for that video.
Possible.
Yeah.
Shots by Stip. No, all the 3D stuff. And that was like the first time in any video that had that level, like a burning microphone.
Had burning microphone. It was just moving around.
We need to see the video.
The documentary.
All right, it's ready now. Let's check that video now. Pardon me. Talk to me. One, two. Mic check. 1, 2.
It's
okay,
ready.
It's ready.
It's in the group. I put it in the group.
All right, let's go for that video. Let's check it out.
I'm killing you softly with just a smile. Opa bring it up, I made tata. Yes, I'm a cook and I may miss your coat. Obi Becca, yes, I just so be smokes. And if you done cry, now vote. Ocean Rofuka, hey, for your own betterment. Hot like fire, just say she shit is a peppermint. Sister, I'm going to tell me blind slides. No, please, I'm a little friendly. And Bobby will buy clubbing every day. And been them cry to pigeons, sing NFL, Eddie Blade. Why you find Poco set double the money part, you find sing phobia, nigga to call. Open for sing Bama office, I get the hello, my name is Kennedy. Do you still remember me? Somebody who know, who be jamming my papa. Charlie, what do you know? Why? Feeling nice, wild, chilling nice styles, we mini mind try. Mommy, I love when we catch me real white. Meaning I'm bring up when you can said the guy has a red eye. VIP, where you at? What's up, me why? Say what? Say what?
Hey, Kojo Mensa.
So what sample was that?
Oh, if please, I don't want to expose myself.
You know what? In fact, now that you
20
mentioned
years later, now before you want me to touch
this,
You can hear it.
now that you mentioned this, we've had a conversation before. I mean, not here, but we've talked about it in other, off when the cameras are off and everything, about how once upon a time some of the hip life records sampled hip hop records.
Yes.
That if you decide to open that docket,
be-
more of the songs
Go be
will disqualify.
Yeah, I mean,
What was going on during that era?
It was crazy because what was happening was that I'm not among. They were sampling songs that had just come out.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying.
Fresh na.
Jaru release no, then they release their own version.
If you slack,
this movie no, then they show up.
if you slack with the foreign song come with maybe after they do outro with some 8
Small
bars of
bit.
silence with the beat play, you are dead.
No, but this one, if they know sample, they play and so you can hear like a China version of shout out to Nana King. Then
I was going to say Lord Kenya. I was going to say Lord Kenya.
Yeah.
Well, was it because the producers at the time were not original enough, or what?
No, I mean, do you know what? But you see, sometimes we like to, because we are from a place, we like to like this are people like, this one is Yawa. But this is a worldwide phenomenon. Everywhere. Every country I've been to, if you go to Poland, you find a Polish version of some big track that's already out from Yankee. If you go to Romania, if you go to Hungary, like Europe, all these kind of small European pockets, if you go to like Latin America, there's always versions of, as the new song has come that is blowing, then somebody has gone to do the version, the version. Fast.
Yeah, the studio was 247 PlayStation.
247, that's right, with Snoop.
Yeah, with Snoop.
Oh
yeah.
man, where's Snoop Day, man?
Hey, Snoop is there. It's a YFM. Killer Snoop.
Oh, shout out
see.
Snoop, man. He
Wow.
showed me so much love, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then also, I want to take this opportunity to shout out Elashaz.
Hey.
Yeah, Godfather mode.
Charlie. You know,
Charlie.
the day we will
Elashaz.
produce Elashaz's album,
Listen.
the day we will know that our job is
It's done.
Yeah. I really, that's one of
Elashaz.
the projects I really want to do.
Elashaz used to, like, when the whole clan will come to the, I had a studio in Asylum down, when they come,
Right.
and they
I
enter
know.
the booth.
Mention their name, Shaolin.
Shalim on
Shalim on
Funk.
Funk.
They close the booth door. Maybe 3 people close the booth door and stay in there for 1 hour.
Yeah.
They rap till I can't see them in the studio. It gets misty that I can't see them. Hey, Elashaz.
If you like rap more than those guys,
Yeah.
they'll catch you.
At the
Awesome.
time,
Even they call-
at the time, 'cause this song was in 2003.
Which one?
This
2003,
like about 21 years, 22 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
At that time, what was the atmosphere like in terms of
Good. It brings me to a
Like-
question I want to ask.
hip life at the time? Because you were youngin,
Yeah,
looking up to the likes of Reggie, and
Yeah.
perhaps
Lord Kenya,
you were
all them
looking to
guys, yeah.
start maybe a new generation of hip life
Yeah.
or rap or something. But what was the mood like?
The mood.
What was the spirit
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, I'm sure you guys saw some things, you know.
Yeah.
And like I say, I was just as much as a fan as the next man who wasn't making music. I really felt like, okay, something new is happening. There's like a zeitgeist, and but I also became very anxious and impatient because I wanted more to happen very quickly. Like for myself, like in terms of like just building, like I knew that I could do more, but then I was plateauing very quickly here, like here in Ghana, and I was like, I need something. Something is like was pulling me. So I decided to bounce.
Hold on right there. That's where the question comes in. So the music scene was shifting. The
Yes.
likes of JQ, Sugartone, and
Yes,
co were
yes.
changing the sound.
Yes,
Getting
yes.
more jammer. Did you feel lost out in that space?
Yeah, completely lost. I was just like, okay,
This isn't what you had in
man,
mind.
it's like, come on, It was working, the people loved the music, and the thing is, I've learned in my growing up that if the people love the music, there is a reason why. And you can't just, because you're a purist and you're a creative, so, this is whack, this is all same. But the people love it. It means it's a reflection of something that's happening in that
world,
space. Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? So, but I just couldn't connect with it then. I couldn't connect to it. And I really wanted to, and I stopped looking at Ghana as my only market.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I found, I found a way in. Now let me start my journey, you know, as a creative and so on and so forth. So sometimes I get offended when people call me, oh, M3nsa, this rapper. And I was like, you know, it's not that being a rapper is a bad thing, but I do a whole lot more than that. And I've really worked hard for it. It's not like, you know, I've kind of really educated myself. And when I say educated, not like going to school, but really put myself in situations to really learn things and, you know, embarrass myself and learn from kids, you know, people who are smarter than me, and be the small person in the room. Like when I'm in Europe or in the States and there's some young kid in the studio, they don't know that I have a full-blown career in Ghana, you know.
Right.
So I just have to sit there and be like, okay, cool, you know, what are we learning here today? You know, it's like I've really immersed myself. No, go ahead.
So then after exiting, and you know, and doing all the learning, how did you connect back? What started you and the Kubolo conversation?
Right. So it's crazy, eh? So I kind of lost touch with Kubolo because he went to Yankee, he went to university, he was in Texas, and then somehow because of the internet we connected, and he started playing me some things that he'd been doing because we were just, you know, we were kind of reminiscing. So
the smallest time.
Yes, he was sending me all those things. So I sent him a beat, and in a week he sent me his verse, which became Kokonsa, which was like his first. Yes, do you know what I mean? So that was like the first collaboration we did when I produced a song for him, and I was like, because then I also realized, at a time when I was in Europe, I realized that they respect certain African artists to a level that we don't even recognize. Like those, like in the early 2000s, Fela blew up all over again in Europe and in the States. Like he's always had a kind of, you know, thing, but he just blew up again, like, you know, second generation Africans, like really reconnecting with their roots and so on and so forth, but still a bit shyously, you know, but Fela just blew up. And I started digging into all that stuff, and then, you know, we did the sample or whatever it is, I'm not going to say so I get in trouble, you know, and then Kokonsa came out. Then, because my family...
Please, how did you feel when you heard that, when you heard the beat? I mean, what made you connect back to such a rhythm?
Yeah, man, I just like, okay, so I'm a hip-hop head.
Okay.
Now I'm digging all this old African music, West African music, Nigerian music, Senegalese, all that stuff. And Reggie really showed us how this could be done with all the songs that he'd been... I mean, the beats for Keep Your Eyes on the Road, which is Alaji K from Poems.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, okay, the two things can work. And then I also discovered that some of the hip-hop artists and producers that I really loved were already sampling the African music, you know, like Pete Rock, J Dilla, all these guys, they were sampling all that stuff. So, sorry, I'm making references that are like, what the hell is it?
Yeah, because I was born yesterday.
But these are like the pioneers of, like, you know, of hip-hop production. Not pioneers, but they really changed the
game.
Yeah, the
Foundations
kind of
of the
soundscape.
sound,
You know, So I was like, okay, well, I'm from the continent. I'm from Africa.
It's mine.
This is mine. You cannot. I will not allow you guys to do it, but much better than me.
Yeah.
You know. So I really started tapping into it and the rhythms. You know. I was like, okay, well, we can. One logo can fit into hip hop easily. Bobo, you know, 6/8 patterns, all these kind of thing, complex patterns. We can make it all work. You know. And that's when. And I was like, okay, I can also make music for other musicians who appreciate this sound, you know, and that's when, like, my collaboration with Kubolo happened. Then I went to Yankee, we connected. There was a lot of, like, what's the word when you start thinking about the past? Nostalgia.
Yeah.
You know, just really
Reminiscing.
Jinx. Yes. And we had left Ghana for a while, coming up to almost 6-7 years. So our memories of Ghana was like the high school days and
Stubborn times.
And that's how Cause of Money was born.
Because of the reflection back to that
It was
time. Not
pure nostalgia.
I wish you could tell us about the conversation. Let's do it like this and like this.
Oh, man.
Because when you watch,
unless the biopic.
Yeah.
Unless when the film
unless
drops.
we do the biopic way, you know. Yeah. We
was a
just
banger.
combined all the nonsense, the trouble that we used to get
disruptive.
into.
Yeah.
Yes. And also just we're kindred spirits in the sense that we were quite rebellious and non-conformists, you know.
Yeah.
So that was like our middle
Yeah, that
point
was-
there. You know,
yeah.
that's how we connected. And so we had to, okay.
In all of this excellence,
Wow.
Mensa and Kubolo have managed to, play certain shows, be on certain festival stages,
right.
and all of that. What would you attribute that to? You mentioned that you decided that your music is not only, for the
Right.
Ghanaian audiences, right?
Right.
In placing your music and your brands out there, and then just making sure that,
Yeah.
you are accepted
Yeah.
as you are booked and busy, even if or even though Ghanaians who say you are not part of mainstream, quote
Right,
unquote.
right,
How
right.
did that happen, for you?
You know, the answer, the truth is that I don't know how that happened, but I know that we just stuck to our guns and made music that truly represented who we were and what we were in terms of like our influences, our backgrounds, our families, growing up in Accra, Cape Coast, boarding school, all the bad things that we did, we just brought that into the music because we realized that Cyril and I, we can rap a Nas verse.
Yeah.
But Nas is not talking about anything but his experience in his hood.
Yes.
He's not talking about any extravagant life, actually
Okay.
just struggles.
Okay,
You
I
know?
see.
And people connect to that. So we're like, how do we make music that people connect to? And also people who don't know these stories will be curious about, So that's when Broken Languages came about.
Came in.
So basically we're just like talking about our nonsense, but in a cool way, and it just latched on because then Nigerians can also relate to similar stories, all the other West African countries.
Thank
and
God
then
we are not the Nigerians.
Hey.
I was going to ask you. I mean, keep going. We'll get there.
problem
We'll get
question.
there. Because that song caused a lot of problems.
It did. But
We'll
it was
get
just
there.
provocative. It wasn't really
Intentionally provocative.
our manager who made sure we finished the song is Yemi Alade Lawal. Do I need to say anymore?
Basically, the manager was Nigerian.
So the permission came from my internal source.
It be our people. It really be our people.
But my children are Nigerian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
So
I mean, well,
I had inside intel.
irony crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but we were invited quite a number of times to Nigeria.
Yeah.
And we performed at the Shrine, right? Fela's
Shrine,
venue, right?
Yeah.
Which had, I'm not exaggerating, at least 25,000 people. And we did our songs, we're like, okay, maybe today we're not doing Thank God because it can be problematic. They pulled us back on stage.
Come and perform it.
Perform the song.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
If you do shows and you don't perform that song, people are not happy, especially Nigerians.
Wow.
Then they'll be on stage saying, no, thank God we are not the Ghanaians. In London, every show that we did, I mean, our majority, a big chunk of our audience, our fan base is Nigerian. And if we don't perform that song, they're unhappy.
Can we get that song, Debbie?
Oh God!
Wow. you know what I find very interesting, Mensa? You left the country because the sound was shifting.
Right.
Then you returned with Kubolo.
Yes.
And you also decided to spearhead a different sound.
Yeah.
I mean,
Had to.
I'm like, okay, and I want to find out how are you marketing the music? Because by the time you returned, we were heavy on the Froyan Ponces and
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So
you were
like I was like, hey.
Yes.
you get me?
It was,
And you are combining
Doing all the
forces
legwork.
with Wanlov Kubolo.
Yeah.
Who obviously
just being disruptive.
and I'm wondering
they're
how
doing
you were
naughty
able
boys.
to market the sound to the people. Because
Did that
it was
force
very
you guys
saturated.
to go, like based on what he's saying, did that force you guys to go disruptive, like sometimes like where nothing and
Yeah,
because
get to the
you know,
attention of the
yeah,
people.
I mean, it wasn't. To be honest with you, we were just acting out. I don't know if you know what that means. Like
Yeah.
we're kind of
Rebellious.
Yeah, you know. But also, we became the voice of the youth.
Okay.
You know, we were just saying things that people were thinking,
Yeah,
but
people
just
your
couldn't
age
say.
couldn't say in our
Yeah,
society.
do you know what I mean? Because you know, in here we are caught up with comport yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
don't you know?
But you know, funny enough, at that time, Skillions
Comfort
were
yourself.
also, getting the
Exactly.
attention of the youth.
Exactly.
One may argue that Skillions were appealing to the bougie type of youth, but
Uh-huh.
you guys are equally bougie, but you decided to be rascals.
Yeah, man, because it's it's like you have to understand that it's only 2% of Ghana is bougie.
Okay.
2% too.
Okay.
But they are flexing on us like they are running everything. But Charlie,
Right.
it's Legon.
me right now, if I finish here and I remove this Dolce and
Something.
Gabbana shirt, that is not mine actually, it's from my sister-in-law. I just go and I remove my shirt, sit on the floor, and I'm going to eat my benkun.
Right.
It's, you just enter back into the essence. We all come out
Reality,
here to
yeah.
come and flex. Come on, let's be real, you know?
Yeah.
As I was coming, there was no light off. I couldn't iron the trousers that I wanted to wear. I don't have a generator.
There was light off, you mean?
The
There was no
lights
light.
were-
Yes, yes. No. There was no light off.
There was no light off.
Yes,
Yes.
that's not right off.
There was no light
no
off.
Ah, yeah, you get it.
Okay.
Ghana doesn't have
I
light
get
off.
it. I get
Ghana
it.
is also.
I was surprised for a minute what you guys were talking about. That's always like.
When I was coming, there was no
I
light
get
off.
it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't.
But your iron was not working.
It wasn't
Yes.
working. It was my
Right.
fault.
It's your fault, yeah.
Fix your iron.
Yes.
Yeah. And get your own schedule.
Hashtag fix your iron.
Yes.
Wow.
Please just hold on right there. Thank God we're
We're
not
not
Nigerian.
I'm feeling fine, my man. I'm feeling fine, my man. I'm feeling fine, my man.
Men's are really simple. Oh yeah, man. Whilst we have 4 colors in our flag, they only have 2.
Thank God we are not a Nigerians. 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 Thank God we are not a Nigerians.
Kofi is a common name, that's what even I say. But a Ghanama will never call a child Friday.
Thank God we are not a Nigerians. Thank God we are not a Nigerians.
Oh, always shouting very loud, don't know how to whisper. And why say Mr. instead of Mr.?
Thank God we are not a Nigerians. Thank God we are not a Nigerians.
You like school more than any African I've seen. Simple 13, and you still say 13.
Thank God we are not a Nigerians. Thank God we are not a Nigerians.
They banned your whole team, and you can't even play. Can't you just say hi? What is Kilo and Shele?
Thank God we are not a Nigerians. Thank God we are not a Nigerians.
You barely qualify, then get stuck. President, good luck, but you still suck.
Thank God we are not a Nigerians. Thank God we are not a Nigerians.
Instead of hamburger and pizza with ham, you eat a goosey with pounded yam.
Thank God we are not a Nigerians. Thank God we are not a Nigerians.
Always trying to show off, even when you eat one soup, no vegetables, 12 different.
I don't know which
It doesn't mean that.
you guys have the balls.
Yeah.
You guys have the balls to do this to Nigerians. But that's not all. Hold on. In the interest of time, let's okay. All right, my producer's talking in my ears and giving me different instructions. But anyway, hold on. I'm trying to get another video ready. But anyway, so let's Olele, you were saying.
Yeah, so I was asking him because the disruptionness of this sound, you know, at the time where Skillions really had a hold on the youth, you know, I think at some point in time, Wanlov actually did a verse on Facebook Girls. Yeah, Facebook Girls. Yeah, it was Facebook Girls. He did a verse on Facebook Girls. But I noticed that even with the pigeon, y'all were different, you know, from what Skillions were doing, you know. So I'm like, how did you guys do a market research? Did you identify the gap? Like, you know what, when it comes to this type of music people will always remember as, because today, I don't know if you saw this on the T or people were just having this revision
about the best pigeon.
Yes, you know, and your names were. So I'm like, how do you guys feel looking back at the journey?
Yeah, you know,
and how you guys bridge the gap.
You know, it's a great question. I think we didn't consciously, if you go out to make a hit, you will not make a hit.
Okay.
Just go out to make honest, good music and work. So this is just a result of us really observing what was going on, and then tapping into what we actually wanted to do, and that would just naturally create the shift. Okay, this is the street kids, and this is the bougie or whatever. This is people who speak for the people or whatnot. So we were just being like as real and as grassroots as possible.
Did you think you guys were being controversial with some of the things you were doing?
We just knew that being ourselves was going to be controversial. That's what it. But in life, anytime you choose to be yourself, trust me, somebody's going to have a problem with it.
Was it ever tough pushing this narrative?
We didn't. That's the thing. We didn't care. We didn't even have any marketing plan or
You didn't deep it.
No, we didn't deep it like that. But we went all guns blazing. Like there's nothing that we feel is truth. Or personally, there's nothing I feel like is truth.
That shouldn't be spoken about.
That shouldn't be spoken about, especially when I'm speaking on behalf of the people.
But that's tough in Africa.
It's rough.
That's
the backlash is always crazy. The kind of backlash I've had last week.
Yeah.
Just for praising the greatness of
the country.
Of the country.
Of the government, I mean. We don't have doom so.
He said the man said his iron is no good.
I saw the interview. Yeah, it's our fault.
It's our fault. We just have to fix those things, and ourselves.
Wasn't there any fear for you, that you were going to get cancelled, even though maybe the cancel culture at the time, or the fact that people will come up to come and say, "Oh, I'm not going to listen to this person again. I don't like these guys anymore." Wasn't there that fear for you guys?
Every time there was that, there was also another reaffirmation on the other side. These I'm saying, times someone one DJ was campaigning for us to be banned from radio and whatnot because of thank God we're not Nigerians, but then it's like Nigerians.
A Ghanaian DJ?
Yes. Wow. A very prominent Ghanaian DJ, very prominent with dreadlocks. And
okay, all right, keep going.
Nigerians love the song.
They love the song.
The clues.
Nigerians love the song.
I mean, the song. Let me just quickly tap into it before the song. Thank God we're not Nigerians. Actually, is if you know, irony and sarcasm is a way.
Yeah.
We were just really reflecting on Ghanaians and how we are always trying to be something else, and how Nigerians are true to who they are, and it's showing now. If you look at the music industry right now,
I was going to ask you something about that.
It's showing, and they're just like bravado. They do things big. It's like when a Nigerian says one sentence, this person where they're from, where they're coming from.
They have identity.
Yeah, so we're just like young jealous brothers who are just like, just
trying to
clawing for attention. You're like, hey, mind us, we don't like you, you are useless. Then
do you think our music industry needs that dose of audacity and disruptiveness right now
as a people,
originality
not just music industry? Like we really have to step out of this meekness that we've been.
But they say we will inherit the earth.
But you inherit the earth literally.
That's I want the earth.
No, listen, no. You inherit them. Literally, you will be put 6 feet under.
And it's not the other one. It's not how I'm seeing it.
No,
I did see that coming.
Yeah.
No, I thought they'll give me my own effort.
Yeah, they will.
Or terms and conditions. Terms and conditions. Or terms and conditions apply.
6 by 6. That's the one that they'll give you.
Okay, so in all this disruptiveness, you finish.
Because Bright is asking a question in connection to this conversation. He says, Bright Tete Aqua says,
that's my dude.
Can you ask him about the frustrations of being a social commentator in Ghanaian artistic space? A couple of years ago, he told me he wasn't going to say anything about Ghana anymore when he released Switch On. Is he still thinking the same, or his appetite is back?
Oh, Bright, I don't like that too. Asking me intellectual questions. I'll come to you when I'm going to pass in time.
Bright himself was here. He said some things as well.
That's my dude. I love him. He's so smart. He's so smart.
He uses his paintings to also do some things as well.
And we've kind of collaborated. He's done album covers and stuff, and just been such an inspiration.
Bright be stubborn.
you know, it's like, look, my approach to being a creative is that if you are not reflecting on what's happening in your surrounding environment, then what are you doing? That's it. So I don't set out to be like politically astute and, you know, to be controversial and to kind of say things to rile people up and so on and so forth. But I make observational music.
Observational music.
Yes.
What I see, I see.
What I see, what I feel, what I'm experiencing, I bring that into my art. You know, it's funny that you said 6 feet. Like my new record, which is coming out. Please, let's segue into that. You know, it's got a song called "Hold Back Nothing," and the chorus is just a chant. It's the opening song on the album. It says, "Hold back nothing. The meek shall inherit the earth 6 feet under and soon to be forgotten." Hold back nothing, the meek shall inherit the earth 6 feet under and soon to be forgotten. Hold back nothing, the meek shall inherit the earth 6 feet under and... So I just want this to be in your head that the meekness that they are telling you, you know, they are asking you to be meek so that they can grab the meat. And then you inherit the earth under. We thank you, we commit you to the ground, brother. Then they'll pour this thing.
Sun on you and you are gone.
Then you inherited the earth.
Yo.
Be your funeral and the crowd, somebody go find love.
Mensa has this. You have your Mensa live happening in the next couple of days.
Yes. On the 3rd of July.
Please tell us more about that.
Wow. So I have a new record. An EP, actually, it's going to be 3 EPs.
Okay.
3 piece.
Yes, 3.
Trips.
Well done.
3 music. And I brought 3 buffaloes for you guys. I didn't realize it's going to be 5 of us. Yes, so it's called Fola. The EP is called Fola. Many people say you want romantic songs.
Yeah.
So I made an album called Fola. Fola is the name of a Nigerian woman. I'm sure you guys know this.
Is it Folake that has become
Fola? Yes, there's
Fola Sade. Fola is doing well.
Yes. But this Fola is an acronym that stands for Fear of Love and Happiness.
Hey. Okay. I knew it wasn't going to be that simple.
I wasn't going to make it easy for you guys.
No, it wasn't going to be that simple.
So it's a record, it's 3 short EPs, and together we'll probably have about 18 tracks. And I'm just exploring things on relationships, romantic relationships, sexual relationships, platonic relationships, friendships, relationships with ourselves, our parents, our insecurities, desires, you know, those kind of things that everybody feels, but we don't know how to kind of translate into words. So it's and that's like this song, The Hold Back Nothing, is about me finally deciding that I'm going to ask this woman to be my life partner and let's go crazy and destroy the world together. You know,
if you die, you die.
Yes,
you are going.
So is it from the point of
you against the world,
vulnerability or optimism?
Is it
from the point of vulnerability? Like, okay.
Yes, allow yourself to
I'm giving you my hands, don't spoil it. Or it's from, let's go.
It's actually, it's very interesting. It's actually allowing yourself to be vulnerable so that you can be strong.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Sometimes it's the thing that we are blocking ourselves from. That stops us
gives you a
from
lot of strength.
Feeling, you know.
So that's July 3rd.
Yes, man. At Beer Garden, Barnhouse.
Jay, can I ask an interesting question? Is 3 your favorite number?
Do you know what? It's a number that follows me around.
Because I noticed that most of the things you do, you seem to have 3.
Mensa means 3.
The event is on 3rd July. I get what you're asking.
Using 3 EPs
and 3 music
and 3 buffaloes.
3 buffaloes. I don't care if you guys are 6 or 7. 3.
So I'm like, what's up with you and 3, man?
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
See.
What time is it starting?
Yo, it starts at 8.
Okay.
It actually starts at 9, but Ghanaians are always late. So please
So-
don't tell them
8. Yes.
What are you expecting? Because people haven't seen you on stage in a minute.
In a while, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, last year I did the Bonzi Live, which is incredible.
Yes. Whoa, sorry. Viewers, I'm so sorry.
Bonzi album.
Bonzi.
Yes.
How did the crowdfunding go? I know you were...
Oh, I smashed it.
Come on.
The support was
Impeccable.
You guys don't know this.
Thank you.
M3nsa was crowdfunding Bonzi, a project that it was so dear to his heart.
Yes.
He put out a link for us to support.
Yes.
And
the support was massive.
I'm just excited to hear
Yes.
that.
Yes.
You know,
Wow.
because it was quite unique.
Yeah. We went over.
Yeah, because people were like, M3nsa, you don't get money.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. I get money, but they take look after my children. Because you guys don't pay for music, so you know it's crazy, man. It's like I have almost 250,000 followers on more than that now on Twitter.
Yeah.
So imagine if I ask everybody to give me
$1.
one CD,
No get.
bro, one CD. If just half of them, let's say 70,000 people gave me one CD, that's then 70,000 Ghana cedis was something.
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
now.
but the economy is great, bro.
There's nothing wrong.
The two of you are leaving out of that.
Wow.
Well,
So,
yeah, our time is fast spent. We would have to wrap it up. But so mine is what is the house? What are the house people saying sometimes when you go out to do all this crazy stuff?
My mom is 81.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom. She just turned 81.
Wow!
congratulations.
Wow!
Yes.
Congrats,
Happy
mom.
birthday.
Congrats.
Yeah.
She says, knock him out. But please be careful about the people that you speak about when they ask you about politics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But knock him out.
So Abel is asking here,
Okay.
can he talk about eyes but no eyes?
Oh.
The inspiration behind eyes but no eyes.
Do we have time for that?
Yeah, let's go.
Just quickly.
Oh, do you guys have the video here?
Okay, I'll get to the
It might
tune
take
real
it might take a while to get it.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
but some
talk about
point,
it.
please. So Eyes But No Eyes is a song that I wrote many years ago, and I was just reflecting on, first of all, something that my mom used to say to me, like she'll send me to a room to go and pick up like her bag or something,
Yeah.
and I'll be there for 10 minutes and come back like, I can't find it. And she's like,
It's right there. You have eyes, but I don't have eyes.
And she just come there and be like, I told you it's on the bed on the
Yeah.
side, and pick it up. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool.
Wish I knew
It's in my
more.
head, yes. Then I was just reflecting on the cycle of madness that we are experiencing in this country. You know, it's like we have so much potential, but it's just that people are just looking out for themselves and the kind of near future right now, the money we go feature.
Yeah, but that's just up until recent times. Recent times has been great.
Now the Ghana is perfect. Shout outs to Dansoman.
The sarcasm.
When the lights off
Ghana is
goes
perfect.
off, watch this show.
Yeah.
And know that you are great, Dansoman. You know, so I've just,
Just says light doesn't go for dance.
no. We are not among.
He doesn't know about other areas.
What about you guys?
He's curious.
Yeah.
He's curious about
I don't want to know. I don't even want to know.
Right.
Yes, and it's just a reflection of, once again, it's just that. But I did a really nice performance with my band in the UK, and we had like it's like a 6-piece sort of almost orchestral kind of thing. that we did,
Oh,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And I put out the live recording.
Yeah.
Okay. Now talking about that, that's my final question.
Yes.
You guys have been around the world. Like,
Yes.
it's like we don't talk about these things. We don't like. How do you feel about it? We don't celebrate you guys as frontiers
Right.
of like
Right.
you are international artists.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, even though we
Right.
keep it to only one person in this house, but it's
Right.
fine. He knows what I'm talking about. But you guys are international artists from Ghana. I mean,
Global
but
artists,
yeah,
actually.
global artists.
Yes.
But we don't talk because you've played on many stages.
Yes,
How do you
sir.
feel about that?
It's a gift. It's a gift to be tasked with being a creative who is appreciated in the world. For me, it's a job also. I wake up in the morning, I prepare myself, and I go to work. So I'm not really thinking about the kind of celebrity aspect of it, because that dies down very quickly if you get used to like a celebrity status, and then all of a sudden people are no longer interested in you, which is what happens. It can affect you. So for me, I'm just like, okay, this is another opportunity. Let's explore it, and next. Maybe a few years down the line, later on, they'll say, oh wow, these guys did something quite interesting. So we're looking forward to that day. Hint, give us an award on 3 Music. Anyway, so
Lifetime Achievement Award.
I mean, you ask. Someone be sir. Hello, bro.
I mean,
bro, I mean, you get your answer.
Because it's like, we will look towards. I mean, no shade to anyone.
it's a thankless job.
There's always
thankless
attention
job,
on very few.
Yeah.
But Wanlov and M3nsa have been playing global shows, global stages.
For time.
But we just don't want to accept it that you are playing global shows.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. But it's there. It's there. Every now and then we're reminded that we're doing something interesting, and to be able to inspire younger creatives as well,
Do we have that video ready?
If it's, let me ask my last question,
I love
please.
this guy.
There is a scene in Cause of Money.
Yes.
You guys went to a funeral. The last time I remember when it came out, you guys said the funeral was real.
Yes.
It was a real funeral.
Yes.
It wasn't like actors that were put there. So you guys actually went to eat the food there.
We placed the food there.
Okay.
To not disrespect the same.
And they allowed you guys to shoot.
Yes, because we wanted to create that.
How did the conversation start? Because often with funerals, it's a very personal, solemn, if you're not a family member, what are you doing there? And you bring cameras and you're shooting because of your...
To come and rap, nonetheless.
Yes.
How did it go?
Interesting pre-convo.
Yeah, like...
The Guinness was flowing. People don't care about anything
You're
else.
not thinking much. You're not thinking deep into that.
The drinks were flowing. Nobody cares, Funerals have cameras.
Yeah.
Funerals have performers, chief mourners who are actually rented or hired out to come and cry to evoke your sadness, because on your own you didn't care about the person who died. So we just kind of we just wanted it to be as organic as possible, know, and then we planted some fake scenes, settings in there.
Are we going to have a part 4?
Part 3. Part 3. We will if you guys give us money.
Okay, let's talk about that, because like you said, it's a thankless job, and sometimes people don't know how much it goes into certain productions. They're really excited when we see it, right? But how much did you spend in the part 2?
A lot.
Give us an estimate so that people have an understanding of what we're dealing with. Give me an estimate.
Okay, so money wise, it was a lot, up to about £40,000 of our own personal money.
40,000.
Yeah. When you add all the stuff, you know what I mean? Recording, going, flying, this location. We flew to locations. We flew to Dracula's castle to shoot the Dracula and M3nsa part from pockets.
Wow.
We went to a place called Bran in Romania, in Transylvania, basically where Dracula is from. And then let's not talk about the time that we put into it, because Wanlov and I, we mixed, edited, filmed everything ourselves. Everything.
Wow.
So that one, we have even collected our money for that one.
Wow.
So
artists.
Wow.
It's a thankless job,
So £40,000 about what?
Of just physical this thing.
Yeah, obviously, I'm sure.
But if there was a production crew,
imagine
the camera, editing, coloring, mixing, production, writing,
You all scripted everything yourself?
Everything that you saw was us, except for when the camera is on us, that we had cameramen, which we paid for.
Yeah.
But we did everything else.
Legends.
If years ago, we are looking about £40,000+.
Yeah.
Today that's 100, so make it 100.
Yeah. Plus, before we start charging for our service, the skill, editing.
100 will be fair, because economy is good.
Yeah.
On that note.
Well, guys,
thank you very much. We'll see you on the 3rd of July, Beer Garden.
Yes.
Where's
live
it located?
music. It's Nyaneba.
Just
next to Ali Bar or Treehouse or
Okay.
The video is ready,
Jamestown.
Jay.
It's ready. All right. So, Mr. Thank you so very much.
Thank you guys, man. Shout out to you guys and my team.
To making it happen.
Yes.
Culture Daily was brought to you by Malta Guinness and Telecel.